On the road out west in Wyoming, it's just us and the overland transports. It's a pleasure to travel out west, open spaces and scenic vistas. Our first stop is Medicine Bow National Forest. With more than 1 million acres, Medicine Bow National Forest is located in southeastern Wyoming. Areas of interest include Snowy Range with the highest peak of 12,013 feet, Medicine Bow Peak. The campground was small, but the sites were very nice and somewhat spread out. The cost was $10 a night. It was so peaceful and beautiful, we stayed 2 nights, and it was worth it. Vidawoo is a group of spectacular granite rock formations rising out of the thin soil of the Pole Mountain. Prominent in local legend, stories say the rocks were piled up by playful spirits, and later, the many nooks and crannies served as hideouts for Western outlaws evading capture. The same rocks now offer sanctuary for outdoor enthusiasts. The Vidawoo campground, nestled beneath the stone outcrops, is a popular destination for rock climbers, hikers, mountain bikers, and others who enjoy numerous opportunities to follow their own spirit of play in this gorgeous natural landscape. The rocky soils and low levels of precipitation support hardy flora, well adapted to the harsh conditions. Many plants appear undersized or dwarfed, but upon close inspection, the arid landscape reveals a riotous, colorful carpet of native flowers, busy with the commotion of pollinating bees and butterflies. On a short hike, we saw some folks climbing and rappelling down the mountains. After our 2 nights at Medicine Bow, it was on the road again. This time to Colorado and Dinosaur National Monument. This is the Colorado Visitor Center. Dinosaur National Monument exists in 2 states, Colorado and Utah. Dinosaur National Monument covers over 210,000 acres, but dinosaur fossils can only be seen on the Utah side, just north of Jensen, Utah. The area around the quarry was declared a national monument on October 4, 1915. The International Dark Sky Association designated Dinosaur National Monument as an International Dark Sky Park in April of 2019. At Dinosaur National Monument, we stayed at Green River Campground. Not as nestled in as the site at Medicine Bow, but we were just across the street from the Green River. All sites on the Green River were already taken, and this was early in the day. The campground is a first come, first served. The Green River rises on the Continental Divide in the Wind River Range in west central Wyoming. It flows generally south through southwestern Wyoming. Below Green River City, Wyoming, it cuts through Flamingo Gorge National Recreation Area. It continues through eastern Utah with a loop into northwestern Colorado, on through the canyons of Lador and Dinosaur National Monument, and back into Utah. It then flows generally southwest past Green River City, Utah, and southeast to join the Colorado River south of Moab in Canyonlands National Park. Traversing rugged mountain regions through most of its 730-mile course, it drains about 45,000 square miles. Originally known as the Spanish River, it was renamed in 1824, probably for its color, derived in places from green soapstone banks along its course. This is an overhead view of the campground and the Green River. The Dinosaur Monument Visitor Center on the Utah side is larger, and it is the place where one catches the shuttle to the wall of dinosaur bones. Even in this harsh environment, one can find flowering beauty. One can see over 1,500 dinosaur fossils exposed on the cliff face inside the quarry exhibit hall. The dinosaur fossil beds were discovered in 1909 by Earl Douglas, a paleontologist working and collecting for the Carnegie Museum of Natural History. He and his crews excavated thousands of fossils and shipped them back to the museum in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for study and display. Many fossils are embedded in a sloping rock formation that was once a sandbar on the edge of a large river. As the river carried animal carcasses downstream, many became stuck on the sandbar, which eventually turned to rock. As a result, fossils from hundreds of creatures are concentrated in a small area. Many fossilized bones have been partially exposed, but left intact in the rock where they can be easily seen. A building was constructed over the area, which is now known as the quarry at the monument. Research is ongoing. In February 2010, a team of paleontologists from Dinosaur National Monument, Brigham Young University, and the University of Michigan announced the discovery of a new large plant-eating dinosaur, Epidosaurus macintosh. And I have no idea how they knew he was Scottish. And how big is a dinosaur femur? Here is Mrs. Tiger next to one, and Mrs. Tiger is around 5 foot 6 inches. The Camosaurus is the most common dinosaur found on the wall. This Allosaurus skull is one of the best preserved ever found. This is the new Discovery Center, opened in 2011. This building is built around the wall of bones and is air conditioned. Most visitors will not bother to walk around to the end of the visitor center for a nice view of the mountains and the Green River. Next, we decided to go to a part of the park that most visitors never visit, that is Rainbow Park and Island Park. To get to both of these, one must exit the park, go down some washboard gravel roads, but the rewards are worth it. Though you do not need a 4x4, a higher clearance vehicle would be recommended. You can see for yourself the roads will not be kind to your suspension, and your vehicle will be dust encrusted when you get back to the pavement. Besides the two parks on the road, there are petroglyphs. On these rocks you will find the petroglyphs. Some are easy to see, some are more difficult. Approximately 1,000 years ago, Dinosaur National Monument was home to the Fremont people. They left evidence of their presence in the form of petroglyphs, patterns chipped or carved into rocks, and pictographs, patterns painted onto the rock. The style and content of the Fremont design vary throughout the region. The classic vernal style predominates in Dinosaur National Monument. This style is characterized by human-like figures, animal-like figures, and abstract design. Human figures typically have trapezoidal bodies, which may or may not include arms, legs, fingers, and toes. Elaborate decorations on the bodies, such as headdresses, earrings, necklaces, shields, or other objects. Animal figures include recognizable bighorn sheep, birds, snakes, and lizards, as well as more abstract animal-like shapes. Purely abstract or geometric design, such as circles, spirals, and various combinations of lines, are common. Why did the Fremont create these designs, and what did they mean? Perhaps the design served some ceremonial or religious purpose, related to hunting activities, identified clans, or simply expressed the artist's imagination, or perhaps all or none of these. Attempts to interpret the designs by comparing them with other recent Native American groups may provide clues, but the true meaning remains a mystery. The trail leading up to the petroglyphs provided a decent workout. During our journey, we did not see another soul. Total quiet and peace. It was quite amazing. Rainbow Park Campground is located 28 miles from the Quarry Visitor Center in the Utah portion of the monument. It is located on a dirt road that is impassable when wet. The campground is located on the Green River near the boat ramp at the head of the Split Mountain Canyon. That is the physical description. The visual description defies words. It is as beautiful as it was peaceful. Rainbow Park has 4 large campsites and vault toilets and no water. If we go back, we are making Rainbow Park our campground of choice. On the road again, this time to Island Park. This gets its name from an island that is formed in the Green River. The overlook to view the island is a steep gravel road. Just a warning. Exploring, we came across Rupel Ranch. In 1882, Henry and May Rupel began homesteading in Island Park and developed a cattle ranch. The Rupel son Hod took over the property in 1915. Later, Hod Rupel and his family switched from cattle ranching to sheep ranching. The property remained in the Rupel family to 1945. The road here, if it can be called a road, turned soft, and not wanting to risk being stuck, we turned around and headed back to pavement. Looking for land? They have some for sale right outside the park. Here you can see the entrance fees for the park, $25 for a 7-day entrance. On our final journey, the first stop took us to the Petroglyphs inside the main area of the park. Our last stop is the Josie Bassett Morse cabin. Raised on the frontier, Josie lived into the modern age of electronics. For friends and acquaintances in the 1950s, Josie was a link to a world past. During Prohibition in the 1920s and 30s, Josie brewed apricot brandy and choke cherry wine. After a lifetime of dressing in skirts, she switched to wearing pants in her later years. She was tried and acquitted twice for cattle rustling when she was in her 60s. At the age of 71, in an ambitious move to revive a profitable cattle business, she deeded her land away and lost all but 5 acres, where her cabin still stands. In December of 1963, the legendary Josie suffered a broken hip while in her cabin. She died of complications in May of 1964. With that, we conclude our visit to Dinosaur National Monument. We hope you enjoyed the tour. And as always, thank you for watching.